seen any concerts lately?
Funny you should mention that.
Hello, all, and welcome to Feeding the Ducks, the podcast that feeds you little breadcrumbs of entertainment. I am one of your hosts, the self-branded and self-proclaimed genius, Kyle Pepitone.
I'm Joe.
All right, and we have another episode for you today. As you can see, unless you're just listening to us, but if you are watching, we have a duck now.
It's small.
Yeah, you couldn't find a bigger one?
Couldn't find a bigger duck, but this one's giving the finger, so we like this duck.
You know, if it was bigger, people would be able to see that.
Well, just take our word for it.
All right.
But most people are listening, so they can't see it anyway. But just picture a duck giving the finger. That's all you need to know.
All right, sounds good. So today we have,
Well, you had mentioned concerts,
yes,
oddly enough, and we went to a concert. We saw Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Would you like to tell everybody where and how far that happened to be?
Well, we saw it at Penn State, which was like a 3.5-hour ride. But oh my God, Jesus, stop whining!
Not whining, but my
All you
God,
had to do was sit there. You didn't have to drive. But
no, but I had to be in a car with you, which was worse.
Well, that's it was an odd. It was a 3.5-hour trip. Me, you, and your mother.
Yeah,
and we got to listen to Taylor Swift on the whole way there to a Springsteen concert. So I guess
you're going to soon. You're going to taking the 5-hour trip to see Taylor.
No, I think they sold the tickets.
Oh,
yeah, they're not going. No Pittsburgh.
So we now have the money to make a bigger studio.
Yeah. We can get another. We could paint the brick wall.
Oh.
Could do that. Some pitches and shit.
How much did you sell them for?
No, I sold them for a lot. Did actually well. Taylor is
like, are we talking 90,000? Well,
yeah. Taylor's a good industry. If you can get tickets and sell them, you can do well on that. But we did not see Taylor. We saw Springsteen, and for you, this was number
two, I think.
Yeah. And for me, number 43.
You're
43. I think it adds up to 36 concerts, 5 surprise little bars, Stone Pony like, a Broadway show, and a charity show. So 43 over the years. Not bad. Hey, there are people who have seen them in the hundreds, so 43 is not bad. Not bad. But it was what'd you think? You tell me what you think, because I know what I think.
He seemed to have a very good side profile.
Must be talking of our seats. Those weren't bad seats. Those are not bad seats.
No, they weren't bad, but they were pretty much in line with the stage. So we were seeing him from a side.
Yes, but that's good because you get a nice side view of the entire band, and it's a big band. It has 18 members out there on stage, so you can get a whole view.
I was just thinking about that because I was listening to Slipknot. They have 9 members, and I thought that was big.
Does Slipknot have 9 members? 9, like, because Springsteen has like the core, but he brought on like choirs, singers, and horn section, which are not usually.
Slipknot is 9.
Really? So if I bought a Slipknot T-shirt, there'd be 9 members on that.
Sure.
Okay, and they all wear the masks and stuff.
Mask and the jumpsuit, yeah.
There was no mask at this show.
No.
Although, oddly enough, to tie them together, I believe Max Weinberg, his son, still drummer, Slipknot?
Yes.
Jay Weinberg.
Yes. Still current drummer as of
Max
now,
Weinberg.
I believe.
I made him even more Jewish.
But no, I also want to bring this up because in the seats we were not close to the stage by any means. We were pretty far. Stadiums like that freak me out.
But
those seats high up.
Well, actually, it was just the arena.
Arena stadium, whatever.
There's no R in arena. Well, there is, but you've seen them at stadium too. Yeah, we saw him when it was Giant Stadium, or was it MetLife then? But you saw him in a stadium.
I don't remember the first time, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a stadium. The arenas are a little better, you're closer. Stadium, unless you're right up front.
Well,
you're
no,
not
I
seeing a
mean,
lot.
no, what I'm talking about is just not the actual view from the seat, just like the layout of the seats. Because we've seen Bruce, we've seen Shinedown, we've seen a bunch of bands in these big arenas and stadiums, but we're not close per se. We're in like the air quotes nosebleeds or just borderline nosebleeds. And the way the seats are built,
Oh, this is a height thing. You're afraid of
yes.
heights.
No, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid that because they're so steep, the back of one chair is the floor of the next level.
Okay.
So there's no barrier or anything. And then the walkway is about this wide. So there's no room to walk, and you're trying to have to squeeze past people. It feels like you're gonna fall.
How do you function in everyday society?
I just wanted to throw that out.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that. I've been in some arenas that were. I know what you're saying.
I'm sure there's worse, but like
this wasn't bad at all. This was decent seats.
They were
a nice
fine,
place.
But they are precariously built.
So what you have to do, you should do this. You should go and see a show in the pit.
I've done.
You're right there.
Awesome.
Yes, it is. You're right there in the front. You're
I've
right by the stage
before.
No, oh my God. Well, you're not going to mosh pit at Springsteen.
No.
The only problem I did that once, a few times actually in the pit. You get there early. You get the whole thing.
I've been to my fair share of concerts. I've done this before.
But it's an all-day thing. And once you're in that pit, you're in that pit.
All day?
You're not. Yeah, because we had to get there at 3:00 to get our wristbands. Because I see like real bands, not like you, who you go to somebody's closet to see the concert. These are real arenas with a lot of people. And we get the wristband. I don't know if they still do this, but you get the wristband, then you come back a couple hours later to find out where you are, and they let you in at like 6, and then you're in that pit from 6 to the end of the show. And Springsteen was doing 3.5, 4-hour shows when we did that.
Okay.
So this one was only this was a little under 3.
Yeah.
Not a lot of talking like he usually does. Just powered through 27 songs.
Because he's old.
Well, I mean, he's 73 and he's doing a 3-hour show.
It's impressive, but he's old.
Again.
I just poked myself in the eye. Please continue.
I ask, how do you function in everyday society? Holy crap.
Please continue.
Oh yeah, I'll continue. You go. So yeah, 27 songs, 3 hours, 73. Yeah. So I've seen shows of your young guys, and they don't do 3 hours. They don't do close to 3 hours. So shut up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What do you expect? Bruce had 3 hours alone. It was just him. No opening acts.
You don't got to sit through shitty opening acts. Come on.
I go for some of the opening acts.
There's no okay. Huh?
What?
I don't. That's why I'm a fan. We go. He's there. He plays for 3 hours. I don't have to sit through someone I don't know.
Because you have a very niche way of music.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, very niche.
Yeah,
Springsteen.
Mine is much more broad and open.
Yeah, it is, and suckier, but that's fine. Well, we'll get into your stuff.
Sure.
We'll get in because I've been to shows with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been into. I got some things to say about that.
Okay, go ahead.
Not yet. We're still talking about our Springsteen show. So this is your second time. You were a little younger in the first time. So what was your thoughts?
Pretty good. It's hard because obviously it was a good show. I feel like it needs something. Like I feel like music is secondary within concerts.
No, they should not be. But go ahead.
I just feel
I get it. You're the gimmick guy. You want explosions, and you should go see. You want the sets to change, costume changes. Yeah, you want to see Katy Perry. That's what you want.
God, no, not particularly costume changes and stuff. But I like. I don't know. I like the interludes. I like the insight between songs. If you just play 3 hours through, I can do that on my iPod.
No.
Yes.
You're saying you're seeing this is a generational thing. Bands used to, that's how they made their money. They went
Yes,
out
I
on
know.
tour. They didn't that's how they had to build their album, build the audience, and they went on and they became great live performers. That's what you want to see. What you saw was 50 years of a band playing together,
Yes, I'm aware of the
which is the reason you
accomplishment.
go. If you want to see all these, go to a Broadway show
Oh
and
God,
watch that. This
why?
is because you want to see theatrics. That's what you want.
I,
You don't want to see your band going up there and just kicking ass like they were either playing in a 20-seat club or an 80,000-seat arena. That's how they play. Not this, oh, here come the fireworks. Oh, look, he's got a mask on. Play the damn song.
but
Entertain me.
I don't know.
I know you don't know.
It,
So
it's I
you want
like
more.
it.
You want more.
What?
You like what?
What'd you say?
I don't know what I said. God.
I just like a little spice added to the concert.
Oh, so you want the Spice Girls? That's what you want to see. Okay, no, that's good. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. Go ahead. Tell me more about.
No, I don't know because the concerts I've gone to
All right, go ahead. Go into your stuff. Let's hear it.
in the smaller venues. I've seen a couple of concerts at a place near the college I went to called the Wellmont.
Hold the men's bathroom. Hitting 6. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm being a dick.
Yeah. The Wellmont, and I've seen who was the first? I forget, but it was like Tala, Varials, Miss May I, and All That Remains was one concert.
Yes,
And
yes, yes. I love those bands.
you don't no, shut up.
What was one? May I what?
Miss May I.
Miss May I?
Yes.
That's tell me a little bit about them.
I don't know much about them.
Okay.
That was a concert I went to because they were playing nearby, and they were like $30 tickets for floor seats.
Okay, that's bad. How big is the place? I don't know.
Well, you've been to the Wellmont.
Oh, that's the one by Montclair.
Yeah,
we saw the Dice Man.
Yes, that one. They had seats there, right?
Yeah,
on the floor when we went.
I didn't know there was no pit area there when we went.
Well, yeah, but there is when there's
a
reason for a pit. You're not going to be in the pit at a Andrew Dice Clay show. That would be kind of weird.
No, I can't.
But I didn't
back in the day you would have.
But I didn't know that. So knowing that there was a pit was interesting. But like the first opening act, Tala,
Talla,
Tallah.
Yes.
The singer was doing front flips on stage.
Front flips?
Yeah.
Like a gymnastics show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy. But there was, I don't know. I like it when they, like, not even theatrics, but I like when they speak to the crowd between songs.
Well, okay. So Springsteen, that used to be his thing. His concert, he used to have like a little 10-minute talk before certain songs.
Yeah, that didn't happen this time.
No, he did not talk. He had one little section, but that was in the 70s and 80s. And you know,
I wasn't around then.
I understand that. But his shows up until this tour, he always did a little rap before, and not a rap, but a little talking before songs, telling stories, always telling long stories. Listen to the live albums. That was his thing. You probably would have liked. I mean, this was just straightforward. This was a different show for me because it was just boom. He came out. He did 27 songs. Rarely talked to the audience, which is not his things. But like you said, they're up there in age. But yeah, that's what he used to do. That was the whole big thing. A lot of talking, a lot of stories and stuff about growing up and stuff, which led into the songs, which actually was really cool because it would always lead up right into song. Yeah, no, I get that. Okay.
So like that's a little something more than just straight music.
Well, yeah, okay.
That's what
I'll give that. Yeah,
I do appreciate the theatrics of some of the bands, but it's not a necessity.
Okay. No, I hear what you're saying now. No, because that was a big attraction for Springsteen.
Yeah.
That's why the shows were 3.5. Last tour I did the 4-hour show. He did over 4 hours straight. It was
that's insane.
And this is only 7 years ago. So he was late 60s when he did a 4-hour show and did the crowd surf from the middle of a baseball stadium all the way to the thing. It's pretty cool. The shows are amazing. They're still good, but back in the day they were amazing. But yeah, so number 43 this was for me. And
good for you.
Yeah, so some of the times we saw him in like surprise, we would always go around the big thing me and my friend used to do is if there was an artist playing in a small club in Jersey that had any kind of relationship with Spring, he could have met him in a convenience store somewhere. We would go and watch whoever was playing with the chance that Springsteen might show. And we did see him a bunch of times like that. But there were some really bad times.
Really?
Yes, yes. There was one show. Southside Johnny, familiar with Southside Johnny?
Not at all.
Southside Johnny and Asbury Jukes kind of came up at the same time through the Jersey Shore with Springsteen. And they've played together a lot. Jukes, actually, some band members have gone back and forth. But my friend heard that he was playing at a boat show. Southside was playing at a boat show in Jersey, and there were rumors that Springsteen were going to show. That's all we had to hear, the tiniest bit of rumor, and we would show up. So we go to this boat show, and we get there, and we're looking around, and we don't see a stage or a setup or anything. So we asked a guy there. He said, "Where's the stage?" And he pointed to the dock where everything was set up. Now the dock was looking out right into the water,
as they tend to do.
So if you were talking about a pit, you're in the water in the pit. So we're just basically going to watch this show from the side as he plays to an empty ocean, I guess.
Empty.
Like he's standing on the stage, and like right in front of him, if he takes a step, he's in the water. We're off to the side watching this show.
But it wasn't in, like, there weren't like
there was
boats?
not.
Like he wasn't playing to like a
There
cruise?
was docks and boats and everything, but this one little dock area had a stage, and in front of him was water.
And there was nobody in front of him. There weren't boats lined up with party people.
No. This was just an empty section of water right in front of the band. I don't know. It was not a place for music.
Couldn't turn around 180 degrees?
I didn't set it up. This is why we were a little shocked. Yeah, so he's playing, like he's facing there, his crowd's off to the right, and he's looking right out into empty water. It was, yes, we found out it was very strange when we got there. But hey, we're there. It's a good chance. And so we're looking around, we're like, if he shows, where can he possibly come from? He's got to either walk past us or snorkel onto the stage. Those are the two options. So we're watching, and we're saying he's not going to show. So all of a sudden, a boat starts coming towards the stage. We see it in the water. Boat coming, and it's a loud boat, and it's drowning out the music, and it docks behind the stage, and it is not Springsteen. It is Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage, who apparently apparently who were doing an appearance at this boat show, and they happened to arrive at this time. And somewhere during the concert, Mr. Hogan, who is a bass player, got up and played Mustang Sally with Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. And I will say that if Springsteen didn't show, Hulk Hogan was the next best thing for me. Because as my friends were not happy with what happened, I was ecstatic because I got to see the Hulkster and the Macho Man, God rest his soul, play live at a boat show.
Okay.
So we've had many nights like that where they turned out to be disasters. But we saw him about 5 or 6 times like that, and I'll take that percentage because it's amazing to see him in a club with like 100 people.
Yeah,
and you're right up on stage. It's just jamming. So that's the cool stuff. That's worth it.
I'll take your word
so
for it.
That's our little trip to the Springsteen concert. And it was great that you actually came again because the first time we went, you were a lot younger, and you had it kind of swore you off of concerts for a while.
You keep saying that. I don't think that was it.
Explain the story, and I'll explain my why I say this.
Okay, where'd we go? Giants Stadium?
This was I think it was probably MetLife at the time.
All right,
Meadowlands. Let's call it the Meadowlands. It changes every week.
Well, can I get a year too?
Oh God, this was this the Wrecking Ball tour? It must be like 2011
All right, so let's
to 12.
say 2012, 2013.
Yeah, sometime around there.
I was somewhere between 11 and 12, we'll say. And we tailgated a bit before the concert.
Lamest tailgate ever.
I used the term tailgate very loosely.
I think we had a bag of
and
chips.
we went through. We started walking through the parking lot toward the stadium, and this drunk schmuck.
It wasn't a drunk guy.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, probably. Okay.
This guy pre-gaming the show or whatever He just sees a crowd of people, small children walking by, and he's like, these seem like a good people to talk to. And so he wasn't in my face. Memory's hazy, but he like in my general direction more than anyone else's.
In your grill, if you will.
Sure. He went up and he's like, yo, Bruce, glory days. And 11 years of life did not prepare me on how to react to that kind of situation.
Okay. So now let me get my side in there. First of all, a Springsteen crowd is not very intimidating. You're not going to have a it's not gonna get crazy, let's say, especially then. And the guy probably was a little intoxicated and yelled "Glory Days" to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So after that, you not only swore off concerts, you swore off music for a while.
No,
Mr. All About Music now.
I did not swear
Did-
off music.
It took you a while to get into any kind of thing that resembled popular or any kind of music because of that. Because of one drunk guy yelling "Glory."
I don't know if that was the stemming
I don't know,
reason.
but it didn't help. I will say that.
Fine, I'll admit that, but it wasn't the reason.
All right, it's not like okay.
The biggest thing I didn't like about concerts is they got too loud.
Yes, concerts tend to do that.
Shut up. I went in without earplugs and I didn't like that. So once I started thinking, oh, hey, ear protection's kind of important, I like them.
You don't go. We used to, like I said, we used to go to these small clubs, stand right next to the speaker.
Yeah, and how's that working out for you?
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, but it's worth every second of it. You got to hear the music. You can't put.
You can still.
Why don't you put
it.
those headphones on when you went? It looked like the kid sitting on the short bus with those things.
Oh my God. No, it's just for me, it's easier with headphones. Sorry.
Or okay. All right.
But okay, yes. So the concerts were few and far between.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
point.
go off a little bit to your sound problem. Do you remember the wrestling match we went to that you ruined on me? Not much. Okay, we went to the wrestling. We got amazing seats. We were like in the first 10 rows, great seats, and the noise.
And they told me to sit down.
Yeah, that still pisses me off to this day. We're at a wrestling match. They told us to sit down. I'll never understand that.
I was this big.
Yeah, that
on the ground.
I think I wrote a letter to them.
All the chairs were the same height.
Yeah, floor level.
The hell was I supposed to do?
Yeah, the floor level. They made us sit. We couldn't see a thing. I don't know. I think I wrote a letter to them or email back to.
Sounds about right.
They still have email.
That runs in your family.
But you couldn't because they had the big pyro and stuff, and you couldn't deal with it, and we had to leave before the one match I wanted to see.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have put the one match you wanted to see at the end.
Oh, well, that's weird that they put the main event on at the end. But yeah, your sound, and now you listen to the loudest music possible, and you ruined my night. But go on, please.
I'm sorry. What was that last part?
You ruined my night.
Oh, okay. Nah,
Would you say life? Would you think I said?
I didn't say, no, I just didn't hear you.
Okay. Because that's all the loud music you listen to.
Yes. And going still off of that Bruce concert.
Yes.
The first one with the Glory Days guy. You and Mom promised that at one point in every one of his concerts, you're like, oh, when Bruce does Badlands and the whole crowd sing along, it's awesome. It's so cool. So I sat through that entire concert. And guess what song I didn't hear?
Which one?
The one song, the one concert I was at where he does this big thing with Badlands. He didn't play it.
Well, that is actually I've said I've been to many shows, and Badlands. He used to change up the sets a lot.
Yeah.
But Badlands used to always be in there, and continues to always be in there. It was in. You finally got to see it. But Badlands, Born to Run are songs where he played the house lights come on. That was a big thing, and you missed it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't miss it. He just didn't do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'd miss
missing
that night.
It would imply I was taking a piss while he was singing it.
He probably played it every other night on that tour, except the one you went to.
Just one.
But that was Yeah, you missed Badlands, but you saw it this time.
Yes.
Huh? Was it everything I said it was?
It was okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it was good.
No, fine, whatever. All right, fine, whatever. So okay, so you went. It's probably the last time you're gonna go, but fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Though I have missed songs in the past. Not like obviously, yes, he didn't do Badlands the one tour, but there have been times recently where I have missed not only songs but entire sets of bands.
You missed an entire set?
Two entire sets.
At the same show?
Yeah.
Oh, this should be.
So this is the math's going to get confusing, but bear with me.
Oh,
so
math? I was told there'd be no math on
me
this.
and my girlfriend Emo, who has been to up most 60 plus concerts.
Huh, really?
As of now. Yeah. Of all different artists, not 60 of the same, like you.
I've seen other people.
We went to go see the Trinity of Terror tour. The show of the
I heard
Trinity of
about
Terror
that
tour,
one.
featuring the following 4 bands: Ice Nine Kills, Motionless in White, Black Veil Brides, with the opener of We Came as Robots.
Who was the headliner? Motion?
All 3 of them. So
you can't have 3 headliners. Who played last?
Well, that's the thing. Each day of the tour,
they switched.
They switched it up.
Okay.
Because we were in Scranton, which was Motionless in White's hometown. They ended. So that was cool.
Scranton,
Pennsylvania.
What? I know where Scranton is. What arena is there? Was it an arena?
Oh God,
was that like a hockey?
It was the something at Montage Mountain. I forget what it was. Paramount, maybe? No.
All right.
I forget what it was, but it was the blank at Montage Mountain.
The blank.
So we got in there at 6 or 6:30, like few minutes after the doors were opened. And we go in and we get our tickets. We're in the main area, and already we hear the first band like actually playing
as soon as you got in.
Yeah, like I said, we were a few minutes after doors.
Usually takes a while. It's usually like a half hour before
the. But it was weird because the band was playing. Like this wasn't a sound check.
Wasn't a sound check. Okay.
They were clearly playing, but we're like, all right, fine, whatever. Let's go. Let's grab a merch and then we'll go sit down. We're not really here for the opening band anyway.
And the merch.
So we get past the front gate. We see the merch. We were like, oh yeah, merch. But
what happened?
We're in the line now.
Okay.
So between the gate and the back of the line was like 30 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Now, like I said, the merch booth was right next to us. So it's not a short line, right? No. Starts at the merch booth. Goes all the way towards the stage, loops back around to the front gate.
Oh, it's a Disney line.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. When you think you're close and you're not.
And so we're like, okay, this shouldn't take too long. We'll stand here and we'll grab a merch and then we'll go sit down. We know our seats.
Probably miss a song or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no big deal.
So we go and we're waiting. We start talking to the people in line. We made a few friends.
There you go.
A lot of people did not care for the other 3 bands, which hurt a little bit.
Wait, the 3 bigger bands they didn't care
for? 3 that weren't Motionless.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people were like, we're only there. I'm like,
you said it was Motionless's town, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm like, Ice Nine Kills is here. Why do you not like them?
Okay.
They're my favorite. They were my favorite of the 3/4.
And just not to take you off your story again, explain Ice Nine Kills. Because I've heard them. And tell me what they do.
They do horror movie music. So most of their songs are homages to horror movies and stuff like that.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
And I didn't realize it wasn't until they started doing that they actually made it big.
Oh, so they did other stuff beforehand.
They have like 3 or 4 previous albums where it's just like music and stuff. And they were just kind of there. And then once they put out the Silver Scream in 2018, that's when they had their big break.
Okay.
Which I found out. I thought that was really interesting.
So they got this gimmick. They've done more than one album of
2 now.
2 horror movie kind of themed.
So they had Every Trick in the Book back in 2015, which was books, but not.
They did this for books too?
Yes. So they had like Animal Farm, Carrie.
Animal Farm?
Yeah. Dracula, stuff like that. And then in 2018 and 2021, they released the Silver Scream and the Silver Scream 2, which were all movies.
Okay, I didn't mean to derail you. I just
No, you're
wanted
good.
a little context on.
You'll be waiting just as long as we were in the line for. So nothing happened, and we're still waiting in line. So that great.
No, and the first band's still playing.
Yeah. So first
Okay.
band's still playing. At some point, they're wrapping up, and we're about at the stage at this point. By the time the first band.
Now, when you say you're
done.
at the stage, you can see them playing, or this is like in a lobby area.
No, it's an open area.
Okay.
But
can you see the band from the merch line?
yeah, about.
Okay. Okay.
From where we were in the, I'll get to this. So
Okay.
at when we came as Romans, yes, when we came as Romans finished and Black Veil Bride's next band up finished their sound check, I believe we were at the stage. So by the time Black Veil Bride started playing, we had got from the front gate to the stage with the line.
What's the timetable here? How long has this been taking now?
I don't know. An average metal set is, let's say, 40 minutes. And
so you're on merch line for 40 minutes at this point?
No, because we walked in late on the first band. So
a half hour?
Between the first band set and the sound check, let's call it like 45 minutes.
So you're on, right at this point, you're 45 minutes online for merchandise. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's too long.
So we're talking around and we see a whole, so at the stage, we see a whole nother section of the venue. Like more tents on the other side of the stage. Food, tents, merch, whatever.
Okay.
Like, what about over there? Can we go over there? So one of our friends goes over there and sees what's going on. Somebody held his spot, whatever. And he's come back is like, yeah, that's the VIP section only.
So you're not allowed.
So everyone else has to go to this one merch booth if they want anything.
Okay.
So Black Veil Brides.
Sounds like everyone did.
Yeah. So Black Veil Bride starts playing and we can hear them because we're close to the stage.
Uh-huh.
We're like, okay, cool. At least we'll get to hear the music. So we get closer. As we get closer and closer to the merch booth, further and further from the stage, we progressively were unable to clearly hear them.
So you're moving further away from the stage.
Yes.
And you're about 45 minutes on this line for merchandise.
Yes. And so
I don't get it.
Not only are we waiting for merch, we are now progressively unable to hear the band clearly.
Okay. But you weren't there for the first band.
We weren't.
Okay.
So
no harm, no foul yet.
The opener, okay. Listened to some things. They were okay, but not my thing. Black Veil I liked, but they were not the reason I was there.
Okay. So two bands you weren't there for.
Yes.
And now you're still on the merch line.
Now we're still on the merch line.
Holy shit.
We're like right there as Black Veil Brides finishes up their set.
Okay.
And so at some point it stops being a line and becomes a pit of its own.
A mob.
Yes, a mob where there's like 5-6 vendors lined up and you're just going wherever there's room.
Or each band have their own little table?
No.
Is that no?
It's
okay,
everything
so it's all
in one.
It's one thing. Okay.
So Black Veil finishes up like, okay, we're almost there. We'll be in and out before the sound check for Ice Nine Kills is done because we knew Scranton was finishing at the not Scranton. We knew Motionless in White was ending at this point. So we're like, the band we are here to see is up next. We are right in. We can see the merch. We will be up and out of here before the sound check is done. And we would have been if people didn't suck. At this point, this is 2-ish hours, an hour, 50 minutes to 2-ish hours in the merch line.
Come on.
We were able to see the merch for a good 15 minutes. You would think that the other people who were in the same predicament as us would start fucking looking at the merch, deciding what they want before they get up to the register. No, these people are they decide to have their stupid little chit chats with their friends at the merch, with their friends online and whatnot. And then once they get up there, they decide, let me get a 3, a 5. Oh, you don't have a 5 in this size. At this point, Ice Nine Kills has started playing, and I'm going into a panic attack because we spent God knows how many money on these tickets, and we still haven't seen one freaking band yet. So what me and my girlfriend did is we're like, okay, we have an A, B, C, and D for what we want in case something has gone horribly wrong and they sold out of everything. We were up and we were ready to go. And this extends to self-checkout, but we can get to that on another time. So finally, we buy everything. We have like 4 shirts, a poster, and whatnot. We pay. And then we keep in mind, we are now once again the furthest from the stage that we could possibly be. And we book it to roughly the other side of the venue where our seats are. We ran so fast, we actually overshot our seats and had to backtrack. That's all I had to say.
I apologize for that rant. Okay, I get that people suck. Believe me, I do. But staying on a merch line for over 2 hours at some point for a band T-shirt, that's on you. That's on you. And that's a thing for me because I don't believe in. I don't like people who go to the concert and wear that band. Oh my God, why? It's like people who wear hockey jerseys to hockey. I don't understand it.
We didn't know how long it would take because we didn't realize how stupid people were.
Well, that you should know going in. I think it's on the tickets.
But we were constantly under the mentality like, oh, we made it this far. We'll be done soon.
Yeah. I guess 2 hours you committed to it, but you're there to see the band, not buy a damn T-shirt. You know what? People in the parking lot sell bootleg T-shirts. Sure, the name is spelled wrong on the band, but that's what you get. They're a lot cheaper.
Yeah. I'll go and buy my Ice 9 Cubes shirt from the man in the parking lot.
It's a lot cheaper, and who's the hell's going to notice? No one knows who Ice 9 Nails is anyway.
All right, so that was one concert experience.
How was the show?
It was okay.
Were they good live?
Ice 9 was good live. Motionless I've seen before, but they had so the last time I saw Motionless, they were opening, and I don't think they had the screen. So like when I saw them back when I saw them back in 2019, I think they just had what is this called? A flag of a banner. And then this time they had all 3 bands were utilizing this big screen and had all the graphics and stuff, which was cool.
Okay. All right. Well, that's sounds like a great trip to the merchandise stand. You paid what, $30 to stand online?
$30.
How much are the tickets for that?
Oh, these were much bigger tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
100 each, I think. At least.
Really? For those bands? I guess 4. Was it like a not a festival, like when the groups tour together? They were touring a lot of places together. That
they went on the entire tour together.
Those 4 people?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I guess, yeah.
And it was a much bigger venue too. So, and I've seen what I consider to be pretty big bands play smaller too.
Name one.
So Asking Alexandria and Atreyu, Asking Alexandria and Nothing More were touring with Eve Under Fire and Atreyu, and they were at the Wellmont. And I consider within the metal scene, Asking Alexandria to be a fairly big band.
Are they?
They're up there. I mean, at least in my opinion.
With like Metallica?
I wouldn't say that big.
Judas Priest?
No.
Motorhead?
No. First off, wrong genre.
What?
Not.
That's not metal.
Different.
I don't think your stuff is.
There's
metal.
different subgenres of metal. Metallica is thrash metal. Judas Priest. Then. What do you mean?
Thrash metal?
Metallica?
Thrash metal.
Yes.
I guess I don't know thrash metal. I thought they were just like heavy metal.
AC/DC is heavy metal.
I consider them rock.
Well, that's because heavy metal is actually the lightest.
Heavy metal is the lightest?
Heavy metal is the
What's the heaviest
lightest.
Heavy metal? What's the heaviest metal?
Heaviest is probably like black metal.
Black metal?
Yeah.
What's black metal?
Black metal is the... I don't listen to it, but it's more the face paint and the guys who...
Oh, I know that. Yes,
it is the ones you really like. You cannot hear.
No, yes, you would listen to some of that.
Not really.
That's more of the Germans, right? And a lot of German bands do that.
Maybe.
The Germans are crazy.
Sure.
Well, they are. They are.
Okay. Yeah. So within their subgenre of metal,
Subgenre.
I consider Asking Alexandria to be pretty big, and I was surprised they were playing at a place as
What is it, Wellmont? Like
small and local as the Wellmont.
2,500 or less than that?
Maybe.
Well,
Well,
that's a
actually,
nice
it didn't
place.
matter because that day, Asking Alexandria wasn't playing. Something happened, and
Oh my
they
God.
had to
I
cancel.
hope everyone's okay.
I think the lead singer got sick or something.
It happens.
But yeah. So
All right. So I've seen a couple shows with you,
yes,
your guys, like
Yes.
besides my guys. We Shinedown, which I didn't know much about. They were pretty good. They put on a good show,
yes,
and they did at least uh the one Skinner song I know,
yes.
which is
Simple Man.
yes, they did that very well.
Yes, they covered
Very
that
well.
off their first album.
That was very good. They were good. I thought they were good. The state, where did we see them? We saw them at the Rock Prudential in Newark.
Prudential, and another time at
I saw them another time with you?
Hershey.
Oh yeah, we went to drove to Hershey for that. Yes.
So the Prudential was the one where I came home from the weekend from school, and I saw they were going on tour.
This turned
that
out
day.
awesome. Yes, go ahead.
And I'm like, hey, day night up, like literally like hour before. I'm like, hey, want to go?
That was cool because we got the tickets for like $50 each,
We got them cheap.
which were like on StubHub or something. But
Yeah.
the cool thing, we got in a suite
Yes.
for $50 where we can be away from those crazy people.
Mhm.
And I can sit down through most of the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, that turned out well. That was day of, and we
No
got
food though. There was no food in the
No,
suite.
but yeah, no food in that. Then I went another time when it was food. Yes, that was a good show. They were good, but the stage, I don't know if it was also Hershey, was not like your regular wide stage.
Longer.
It was a long stage.
Yes.
That seemed weird to me.
It was interesting, especially for all of them to utilize, because that I can kind of see it for Bruce with like 18 people. He'll need a bigger stage, but like,
That would be weird. They'd be all like in one line.
there's
you can't
that.
do
So obviously that's a weird way of doing
Yes.
it. But like Shinedown made it work, and I think it was their tour, so it was their stage. But to see the opener, to see Diamante on that
Yes.
stage felt a little weird. It just felt empty almost, because it was really just her, and
She's a
obviously her
solo.
backing
I mean,
band.
she obviously has a band with her, but she's
Right.
so it's not like the known guitar player is going to go up and play. It's her. She's center
Yeah.
stage, so she had to run this whole stage.
Right.
Was she the one who was going to sign boobies between the?
You claim that's what she said.
She said on stage between sets, she will be outside. She will sign anything. She will sign boobs if you want. And my boobs were signless by the end of the night. I did not get that. So
well, considering
did we
she
take a
was-
picture with her? I'm in that picture, right? It's a good
Yeah.
picture of me.
considering she was the only artist of the three who was actually doing a meet and greet after her set,
Well, yeah,
I'm sure she's
I
the
thought
one
that was cool.
who said this so-called booby
she
signing.
did say that because, but she was good, and that was cool going out there between things. But I thought
that was cool.
I thought she did a very good show.
Yes.
And this is going when I go to a con, I see people who I know well and have to know like 95% of the songs. Because I'm at a concert and I don't know the song, I'm out. But Shinedown brought me in, and she was pretty good for a short set. And
I got
brought
to
me
meet
in.
her. I got her
Oh yes, go on,
contact
yes.
information, and
Yes.
We were able to interview her for not we.
That story should ended with, and we're now married.
Yeah,
That would've
no,
been-
no. Me and my girlfriend got to interview her for our radio show, Heavy as the Crown. And
You have another radio show? Fine.
We've talked about this on episode 1.
So what are we up to? 3?
This is that
We haven't been canceled yet?
no. Yeah. So
Okay,
and that's
so-
actually our highest viewing video on YouTube right now.
All right. That's cool. We should get it for this show. I'd be interested.
Okay.
I got a virtual booby signing. and this is an interesting concert because this was your concert, and it's definitely not in your era. you became a big fan of Alice Cooper.
Oh, yes.
A big fan of Mr. Cooper, and we went. I saw him once.
You saw him once, and I saw him a second time about a year later.
Yes, Alice Cooper, obviously a '70s classic rock guy. Well, where would you put him in your subgenres? He was more of like
rock,
a shock. He was a shock rock back in the day. I don't know as much as shot. He's
not so much nowadays, but yeah.
Yeah, but he did the guillotine at the end where he chopped his head off. I don't know how he does that every night. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Because when Daffy Duck did his show-stopping thing and wound up blowing himself up, he says at the end that he only could do it once as he floated up to heaven. Great episode. You should see that. It was everything I know I learned from Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. But yeah, so that was actually a good show because I knew a couple songs there.
Yes.
And his band was great. His band was really really good. I forgot it was his guitar. Who was his guitar player? I thought
one of them, Nita Strauss.
Who was it?
Nita Strauss
from within other band. They were really really good. It was a really good band.
I don't know
really
who you're talking about, but Nita Strauss is one of his guitarists, and she's amazingly talented.
She was great.
Yeah,
she was really good, and the whole they were good. So I like that show. I got into it because never been a Cooper guy, but puts on a good show, and he does the thing you like, all that theatrics stuff. There was one weird part of that where. What was that section where the girl was running around and she killed herself or something? There was some in a box. She was in a box. I don't know what the hell was going on. I kind of tuned out at that point. Remember? You don't remember that?
No.
Maybe that was a dream.
That might have been a Vegas magic show.
Oh, I would go see that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just that is the type of concerts I gravitate towards. Is the one with things going on between the music.
Things going on between the music.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Because Cooper and Ice Nine Kills do similar things.
I would imagine Ice Nine has to.
If I had a nickel for every time I've seen a woman killed on stage by a band's frontman, I'd have 3 nickels.
That seems very morbid.
Well, maybe more nickels because. I think Ice Nine does it multiple times.
They just kill. What did they pick up someone from the audience and kill them?
Maybe.
I wouldn't want to be in the pit for that.
No, but for most of their songs, like so they recreate the shower scene from Psycho during their song on that. They do Halloween.
Springsteen just calls up people on stage and dances during Dancing in the Dark. No females were killed during the making of that concert.
Where's the fun in that?
Okay.
Don't take that out of context, please.
No. Okay, that's good. Might want to edit that one out. But we have been to another show together twice. We've seen this artist.
Yes. Yes. I almost forgot about this one. This is probably the best one.
You got to throw the picture. You got to throw a picture up. When you were younger, you watched Nickelodeon with your sister, and I happened to work at Nickelodeon at the time. Nickelodeon? Did I say that wrong? Sorry, I might have said that wrong. Nickelodeon.
Yes.
And you guys were fans of the show Victorious, and I, being a big time player in the Nickelodeon world, got tickets to see Victoria Justice in concert, and not only that, meet her. Pretty cool, huh? And may I say, I love the show. I thought it was great.
I had no problem with it.
I thought it was great. And that
well, we had one problem. We had one problem with that.
This is the first time. Go ahead.
What?
The first time I'm talking about.
Hershey, okay. Yes.
No. First time we went to Allentown, Pennsylvania. It was the 4 of us the first time.
Oh, okay.
And we saw her, and then we took the picture, which is a show at this point.
Okay.
But then the second time, it was back in Hershey. Again, I got the tickets for the 4 of us. And it happened, your mother and your sister got tickets to Taylor Swift that night. So they chose Taylor. So now I have 4 tickets that my boss got me in Hershey, Pennsylvania, 3 hours away, that now I have to go because the boss has tickets sitting there for me. So you agree to go again, even though you're probably out of your age range.
I wasn't that old.
Well, I mean, it was just a couple of years later, so it wasn't your show.
Yeah.
And Allie was still young. But you grabbed a friend. We drove up there.
You couldn't find the
hours.
place.
I got lost. And then we got there and we saw it was who was the Nickelodeon lineup? Victoria Justice and
opener, Big Time Rush, and Victoria Justice.
I thought did she headlined over Big Time Rush? I thought Big Time Rush was
might have been, might have flipped that.
So they were big at that. So we saw this and it's show's fine, whatever. I mean, it's obviously a Nickelodeon show. I'm gonna keep saying that.
I can see that.
But I happen to know I am friends with a family that knows her very well, and wound up going on the tour bus after the show on a tour bus, and you and your friend got on there. And what did you do to embarrass me?
I don't know if I embarrassed you.
Well, I don't think they found out until we left.
I took it upon myself to steal some Hershey Kisses. Apparently, when you introduce that story and you say I met Victoria Justice and stole some kisses from her, people get the wrong idea. I stole the candy. There was a bag of Hershey Kisses sitting on the tour bus, and I just went.
Yes, a bag of Hershey Kisses sitting on the tour bus.
I only took like one or two or 10.
Took the whole.
Maybe.
You and your friend took the whole bag, and you're gonna have to repay that one day. You're gonna have to repay your debt.
Oh,
so,
but the debt, is there like, what's the word? Interest?
Yes.
Do I have to pay the price of Kisses now?
Hershey bar.
Do I have to pay them the price of Hershey Kisses now? Yes. With inflation or what it was back then?
No, you're gonna have to. Too bad. But yeah, so we have seen Victoria Justice twice in concert, and I enjoyed myself both times.
I did too. The only problem I remember us having that we talked about from years to come was the opener.
Yes.
Who I do not remember who it was.
God bless her.
I think her, I don't know, some small artist at the time. I think her name was like Miley Cyrus.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Also, Miley was probably bigger earlier.
At that time, she was probably huge.
Yeah. Britney Spears or something.
No, it was not.
I forget her name, but the one moment that stuck out to the three of us who went was the artist who went up to the stage and before one of her songs, doing the talking thing that I so much love, went up and said, "Who here likes going to the movies?"
Hey,
and we just figured that was a pretty standard question, because who doesn't?
Who here likes stuff?
That's what it was.
Well, I thought it was a brilliant way to get the crowd into it, because it was going to say, no, we hate movies.
Well,
hate to be entertained.
Fast forward a couple of years when going to the movies is a less general thing.
It actually is.
That question might hold up nowadays.
Who likes staying home and streaming movies? I do. But she was good. It was a fun show. And you know what? Now you're all grown up and you're miserable and you're listening to death rock or whatever you call it, black metal and trash metal and
metal,
crazy, killing people on stage. What the hell happened? I want to go back to the old Big Time Rush days. Life was simpler then. But yeah, so that's our concert history. I'm going through who else I've seen. Billy Joel, obviously, a bunch of times.
Yeah,
he's been hit or miss for me, Billy Joel.
Really?
Billy Joel, I've seen a couple times where he was great, and there's a couple times where he phoned it in. Yeah,
I mean,
Elton John. But he's got a ton of great songs, so
I know
you're going to get a good show when he plays.
Obviously
the hits.
Yeah. I have no more notable ones.
No. I'm trying to think of anybody out of the ordinary, but that's my. It's basically 96% Springsteen and 4% others. But I'm glad you tolerated the show.
Bruce
show.
Yes,
I'm glad you tolerated it.
I thought you meant this one.
No, we barely tolerate this one. But you. It went. I had a good time. The 3-hour trip was rough, but
yeah,
we got.
But we went to shit, so it was okay.
Shits in Pennsylvania. There's like 1,000 gas stations called Shits or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it was a good time, and that was That was our concert history. More to come, I guess, on that, and more to come on feeding the ducks
Yes.
as we continue this adventure down a path to nowhere.
And if you are all interested in hearing more, feel free to follow us on all our socials. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube,
MySpace.
Yeah, and I believe this show
AOL.
you can also find it on Spotify and Apple Podcast, wherever Anchor decides to distribute it. But most of those socials should be FTD Cast.
And any comics, authors, actors, any
Musicians.
freaks or anything want to be guests on the show, feel free to email us at
feedingtheduckspodcast@gmail.com. We will put a link either down at the bottom of the screen or in the description.
What about people listening? What is that email again?
FEEDINGTHEDUCKPODCAST at symbol GMAIL period COM. Take care, everybody.